Hi guys, welcome back to ZENA Stitches. In this video today, we'll be learning how to draft the basic sleeve pattern. If you are new to my channel, you are most welcome. I post video every week, so kindly subscribe, like and share our videos. Without further delay, let's move on to drafting. So to start drafting, you'll be needing your cap height, you'll be needing your bicep circumference, you'll be needing your elbow, that's your elbow length and your elbow circumference. And you'll also be needing your sleeve length and your sleeve round circumference. So if you're in a position where you forget to take your client cap height, you can divide your bust measurement by 12 and add 1 inch. I will be working with the cap height of 4 inches, which is my bust circumference divided by 4 plus 1 inch. I'll just mark that in multiple places and square it out. So here's our cap height, and this line is our bicep line. So the next line you want to get is your sleeve length. So from this startup line which we start from, which is at the cap height, the shoulder tip. So we'll be marking our sleeve length, and my sleeve length is 22 inches. I'll also mark my elbow length, and my elbow length is 12 inches. So you need to take all these measurements before you start drafting. I'll mark this in multiple places and square it out. So now that we have all our lines, this is our elbow length, our elbow line. And this is our sleeve line. So the right hand side is the front, label it the front, and the left hand side is the back. So the next thing we want to put now is to input our measurement. I told us to take your bicep round circumference just under your armpit, which is the fullest part of your arm. So mine is 13 inches, and 13 inches divided by 2 is 6.5. So I'll mark the 6.5 on both sides. So I'll come to my elbow length and mark my elbow circumference. So my elbow circumference, which is the round circumference, is 11 inches. Make sure you move your arm when you are taking this measurement so that you'll be sure that you can raise your hand while taking this measurement. So I'll mark the 11 inches on both sides, and then I'll come to my sleeve length, and my round sleeve length is 8 inches, and I'll be marking the 4 inches on both sides. So now, first thing I'll do is to connect from my cap height to meet my 6.5 inches I marked to the back sleeve length, to the back sleeve bicep. So that's the first thing I'll do, is to connect all the pointing, all the markings and all the points together. So from the tip, which is our elbow tip line, we connect my markings to meet the bicep. So now that we are done with that, is to connect this other one. I'll connect from my sleeve length to my elbow and then to my bicep measurement. Then I'll come to the front as well and connect my measurements. So now this is it with my measurement. The next thing we want to do now, which is the main work, is to divide this marking. So you measure from this tip, from this elbow tip to where your bicep measurement stop, and divide it into 4. So what I have here is 7.6. So you divide the 7.6 into 4. So this is the midpoint of the 7.6, and then you divide it again. I got 3.8. That's 1.8. And then you come to the front too and do the same thing. Measure the line and then divide it into 4. So we got 1.8. I'm just going to be marking the 1.8. So now that we are done marking the 4 line, so at this very first marking here, we'll raise it up by 0.8 inch. So you mark 0.8 inch. You can count it from this point 1, this marking. Just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is your 0.8. You place it there and just mark 0.8. So at the second marking, you will raise it up by 0.3. So you also count like we did 1, 2, 3, and here's your 0.3. So you mark 0.3. So at this last point here, you come down by 0.4 inch. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you mark 0.4. Just one dot before the half inch. So you connect it together like so. So let's use our pattern master and then we'll move to the back. So make sure it doesn't exceed this line. Make sure your curving doesn't exceed the startup line. So first you connect like so. Then you take it down. Just try and manipulate this curve, this pattern master. Try as much as possible to manipulate it. Then you flip it over and you connect this one. And that's it. We are done with the front curve. So now we'll move to the back curve. So at this first marking, you will mark 0.6. So like we did for the front, we came up by 0.8. So for the back, we'll be going up by 0.6, not 0.8. So to the second marking, we also raise it up by 0.3 like we did for the front. And then for this last marking, we will come down by 0.5 inches. You know, for the front, we came down 0.4. So for the back, we'll come down 0.5 inch. And then we'll also connect it like we did for the front. So let's work with the pattern master. So first, you connect from the tip to meet up with the 0.6. So you just have to learn to use this curve. You don't have to really follow the shape of the curve, just learn to use it. So take your time, look for the one that works before you curve. And there you go, we have our sleeve ready. So the next thing you want to do now is to add your seam allowances like you did for the front. So if it's for the body, so if it's 1/2 inch, you add it to the body's sleeve armhole. So you add your 1/2 inch or your 1 inch, whatever allowance you want to put on your pattern. And that's it with drafting the basic sleeve. We are done. As you can see, it's as simple as something you can close your eyes and just draft. So thank you guys for watching this video.
Don't forget to subscribe.